purpose of a website is to have a single cohesive unit that is, everything that you do. So this is where you can have links to your social media, to your music, ways to contact you, all, everything, all the places that you have presences all over the internet is all in one spot there. So that is kind of the goal. You can think of it as a follow-up to the EPK project we did a few weeks back, where you're kind of like, okay, here's a little, a snippet of everything you are as an artist. This is now, here's kind of a little bit of everything here. So I'm going to run through these instructions using Google Sites, which is a free option. If you want to use something else to make your own website, you can. However, that usually costs a little bit of money, and I'm not going to make anyone pay money for that. So to start off with, if you go to sites.google.com, I've got a link right here in the assignment. It will pull up, well, Google Sites. It took a second right there. So this is where you can go in and as long as you have a Gmail account, you can make a free website right here. They have a bunch of templates to start with. All that there, it's good to go. So again, you can make a free Gmail account if you don't already have one, and then just go to sites.google.com, make sure you're logged in, so you see a little profile picture in the corner. You're good to go. I'm gonna make just a blank site, but if you click on the templates here, they've got a variety of templates. You can find ones that you like, or just, again, start from scratch, tweak it out. Again, that's all up to you. From there, I'm going to click a blank one for the sake of this, and it'll open up the editor right here. So you can first, I would say, name it. Garden. Something so you know what it is. You're going to want to name it. You want to probably change a little bit later, but right now we're getting it all set up, and we'll be adding the content and customizing it over the next few classes. So this will be like the home page. So something like, your name, your artist name, a little bit about you. I'm just going to say, that's me, right there. So from there, we can start adding stuff. Then, over here we have these different content blocks. So if I wanted to like click and drag, I could stick that, and I can stick two things here with text and links, and you can check that out. So there's a bunch of ways that you can organize your data that you want to have on the website. If you want to stick a button somewhere, or maybe an image carousel, it's why is it not good? Oh, you just click on it. It's not a click and drag, but you click on what you want to add. Maybe not calendar there. It'll add like specific sheets and things, but you can add all of that. You can add in text. If you have things on Google Drive or photos that you want to add, you can embed different things from across the internet. There's a lot of flexibility here, but let's pretend this is the home page. On there, we're going to need a few other pages for our websites. Now, you can add on to this, but for the sake of the grade and what we're looking for in this class, there are some specific pages that you need. The first one is the one we're already looking at. That's just the home page. That's, again, your main landing page. You should be able to get back to it very easily. It's what'll pop up when you type in the URL and go. Think of it as like that first slide of like, hey, here's me. Here's a little blurb about what I do. So maybe I'll, if I pull out this content block and this, and I go to text. Where's my text? Oh, text box. It's up here. I don't know. You type, a short little blurb about what you do. And, I'm gonna even make this shorter. I make beeps and boops. Just a little blurb. We'll add photos, make it pretty later on as we go. But think of this again as your home page. If you come over here on the right and click on pages, again, we've got the home, and then we can start adding pages right here. So new page, there I'm going to say there's new one, and I'm going to name it. We'll say about. and boom, we've got the about right here. And you'll see it makes a new blank page with the name that you gave it right there. And you'll see that now that we have 2 pages, this toolbar at the top starts popping up with the names of these pages. So I'll talk about what each of them are in a second, but we're going to add all of them. But you can see each of these bullet points is a page that you need on your website for here. So this next one, music, contact, and social. Okay. So again, you can have other ones for your website. Again, everyone's going to be a little bit different. So you can get more specific. You can have other categories. That's up to you. But you need to have these 5 here, and they need to be kind of obvious as to what they are. So again, the home page takes you back to the main like landing page. About is going to have everything about you, your your biography, little artist statements, the kind of music you make. You're going to want to go into more detail than you did for the EPK. This is your chance to put as much as you want to put, again, about who you are as a person, an artist, your education, whatever you want to add in there, you can. We'll talk a little bit more about that in more detail, but that is the first part right there. Music. If you don't make music, then this can be other things, but like you should be making something. So if you mainly like perform places, this can be where you can put like links to your performances. If you write or produce music, you can put the a little sub page, little headings for each of the things that you do here. This is the what you do page effectively. So you need to have something that it can say, this is what I do. Here's what I'm studying to do, learning all the things. Here's some examples. Check out my stuff. All of that. Straightforward. I think you just gotta have the content to put there. Contact and social are fairly similar, and but they have different aspects. So social, this is where you put the links to all of your different social medias, streaming, all that kind of stuff. That all goes boom right here. I don't think I need to explain that too much. Put your links, make it look pretty. Contact is a little bit different. You can think of the contact as like a way for them to directly get in contact with you or your manager if you had one. There, all that kind of. There's ways for people to directly reach out, so that way they don't have to go to your social media to contact you. It's just all right here. And there's different ways that you could do this. Again, it could be the way I would do it here would be to add a form. And I don't actually have one pulled up here, but what you would do is with your Google account that you have, hop over here, hit these little 9 dots for the different Google apps and scroll down until you find forms. And just make one. And you can make this as fancy as you want. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to call it that for right now. We click here, and instead of that, we will do the paragraph. Actually, no, we'll make this one a short answer. It'll be like name, email, message. Yes, stuff like that. Just ways that people could send stuff to you. That's one way to do it. The other way would be if you had like an email address you could stick on here. I don't know if there's a I don't see like a dedicated like contact place on this particular one. But again, which ways for them to contact you? I give a few tidbits for sticking your email on there to avoid some spam, but this should be some way for people to directly contact you. Whether again that's a form or you're just like, hey, send email inquiries here. um, that's just fine. Um, Also to point out, because I keep forgetting that it's there, but there is a, like, you can just put your social links right. There's a whole little thing for it. I'm just gonna say, um, yeah, sure, and I'll insert that. But I just threw in some random fake URLs. Oh, they probably exist somewhere, but you can stick that as your links. You can make them different styles, whatever. Maybe not white on the white background, but again, you can customize it so that way you can be like, hey, here's my stuff, here's the link, and boom, it just takes you right there. Nice and you easy. I also in Canvas here have an example. Here's my personal website. I definitely need to update it a little bit. It's a little out of date, but I used Squarespace for this one. But on the landing page, you can see here's the main stuff. The picture's a little big now that I'm looking at it on this screen, but like here's a picture of headshots, some recent updates, and I've got different quotes and some media links on all the pages here. But I head over to my bio page. Here's some more pictures, stuff like that. Oh, good Lord, that one's like 10 years old. All the things as we go there. But like, here's my my biography, a little short one there, basically saying, hey, here's where I went to school and who I studied with, the things I'm interested in, that kind of thing, what I'm doing now, all that. Some since I do teaching, some thoughts on my teaching and relevant quotes. And if you want to look at it, there's a link to my full CV of everything. So if you want to see pretty much everything I've ever done, it's effectively just an 8-page resume and all that. So again, you don't necessarily have to put that there, but it could be a place to put your resume as well on your website. I definitely wouldn't complain. The music one, again, links to all the music. I've also thrown in some video links here just to make it a little more interesting, but I just kind of broken it up. I've written a decent amount. I'm not going to say the music's decent, but it's a decent quantity there. But just kind of breaking it all up by year so people can check stuff out. And then we'll talk about this more in class, but each piece has a page, even if it's a short one. If I just click on this, so it just talks a little bit about it. I need to figure out the whole embedding issue, but that's a whole other thing to work out. Yeah, I like that. Score's not even on this one. I'll have to sort that out. But again, just little pages for everything that I've done. Yeah, like see that. I don't know why those aren't appearing on the web page. But either way, that's a me issue from there. But again, just having a page, it's like, hey, here's the stuff that I do. I have a few other pages in addition to that because I've also I created an instrument. So I'm like, here's a little bit about it. I never got back to getting about it. So I should probably update that as well. Software patches and programs that I've written, and then more teaching specific stuff. So here's that teaching statement again. I've done some teaching resources over the years, some sample syllabi and different papers and presentations that I've done before. So again, just teaching related things. And then here is like if you wanted to hire me to make some music, here's some general stuff for it. So things like that. And then at the very end, a contact form. So again, they could use this and it will fill out and send an email directly to my inbox. So we'll get that there. I don't have a social media page on the list up here because, and I've reduced it because I'm taking a little bit of a social media break because Twitter depresses me. But on the bottom of all of my web pages, I have links to my different social media stuff. So it's on every page, no matter what. You just scroll to the bottom, I click on it, and it takes you right to my main YouTube page right there. So again, you can check some stuff out, do all that. It's pretty handy. Excuse me. All right, so to wrap this up, what I want everyone to do on today for this kind of virtual assignment here is in Canvas there'll be a like starting your website kind of page. So if I come over to here, you can do this share with others if I remember correctly. There we are. So what you're gonna do is go to share with others, and this under general access, under draft, hit anyone with link. All right, from there, anyone on the internet can do that. So this will let me see it. That way, we don't run into those issues there. And actually, I'm gonna, if you want, we can unclick that because I don't need to be able to change your stuff. So if you wanted to change that access to untick that, anyone can with the link can do that. So check that out. Do settings. Where'd it go? Is it just this one up here? If I open a new browser window, paste that, it'll make me log in. The point is I just want to get a link to see that you have your 5 pages and have at least started putting in information in there. So I'll put in the assignment the specific, here's how you share the web page without having to necessarily publish it. Because when you hit publish, it will go on the, like on the website there. Actually, we could do this. So you hit publish, say request not display my site. And then, okay, yeah, this is where you could say, hey, here's who can look at it from there. But once you hit that publish, then we can click that link. There we go. It took a second. And this is the link that I want to have in Canvas. So it looks like, well, you will have to publish it, but you should be able to, unpublish the site if you want to make sure that gets off the internet. But this way, people shouldn't be able to easily find it unless they're going out of their way to look for it. But this little link here, this is what I'm going to want you to have in the Canvas assignment for the day 1 project. You do not need to have all of the content filled. You don't need to make it pretty yet. You just need to have the bare bones things to then add stuff onto. So this should be nice and easy, able to do at home. You could even do it on your phone if you wanted. We'll go from there. We'll have a class. I'll have to pull up the specific schedule to give you the day for that, but we will be having a class where we'll go around and partners, take pictures for your website, whether that be, glamour shots, headshots, you playing an instrument, doing a whatever. We'll have a photo day, so that way you can have images, because having pictures all over your website is helpful. It makes it look nice and well done. All the different things, they're kind of hidden, but I do have images in the back of all of these, and they pop up in different places. So pictures are fun. Have a style, all that kind of thing. So that's what we've got going right now. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to help. Like I said, I'll be out of the office today, but I'm just like I said, shoot me that message either on Canvas or just send me an email directly. Stop on my office hours tomorrow if you're on campus, and we'll get those questions sorted out. So that's all I've got for now. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.